Friends, yes, Doc South saying, well, here we go again, another day to knock out a video or two, and I want to get them done so I can get on my taxes. Because doing taxes makes me very depressed and gets me very sleepy. Right. And worried, yes. I don't know why, but the whole time I'm doing taxes, I sit there and I think, Leavenworth. I, I don't do I don't think any accountant would have a gripe with how I do the taxes. In fact, I have an accountant do it. But I always think, God, somewhere I'm goofing up here, and it's off to the hooscal with me. But no, it's always knock wood. It's always gone well. But before I do that, I want to wish a very happy birthday to one of my longest running friends. Yes, both her and her brother have been I've known since basically high school, which a long time ago. They had just invented high school when I first went. Yeah, and it was I'm talking about my friend Mary Lou. Yep, Mary Lou is having a birthday today. I think she's something like 35 now, something like that. Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. And her and her husband Tom were just two of the nicest people. We, my first wife and I, Molly and I, had an antique shop in the town of Chester. It was what was in a place called the Old Factory Building, and there was the Old Factory Building bordered Main Street and I believe Warren Street, and Mary Lou and Tom lived in one of the houses there on Warren Street. And oh my, we either they'd be up at our house or we'd be down at theirs. It was just, yeah, it was just so cool. Tom was always working. I think he had something like, I think he had three or four girls. And he had daughters and such. And then, so he was all the time working. There was just no other thing he could do. And they were always up to some kind of shenanigans, him and Mary Lou. Tom knew every joke. I never knew a time when Tom ran out of a joke, ran out of jokes to tell. Let's put it that way. He was absolutely phenomenal. And each one funnier than the next. Oh my God, you just couldn't take it. And and he'd remember them so well. Just unbelievable. And Mary Lou, she was just sort of the mom of the house over there on Warren Street, and the kids were great kids, always running around doing one thing or another. The whole family was just very, very active. It would have been a great TV show. Yes. And then, I know, like, well, we'd, like Mary Lou would sometimes, since Tom might be working, I'd say to Mary Lou, hey, I'm going to the Meadowlands racetrack. You want to come along? She said, well, yeah, the kids can watch themselves. That by then they were teenagers. And, or at least there was a few teenagers in the brood, and, they kept an eye on the little ones. And, or Tom was home. And off we'd go to the track, old Mary Lou and I. And we'd just have the best old time betting on the harness horses or the race horses, thoroughbreds, if they were there that particular session. And just yak and talk all the way down and all the way back. And they were just such good people. I remember Tom, again, being a jokester. They we had gotten rubber rafts. Okay, we had gotten those kind of those you could ride them down a stream. Well, we for a while there, Molly and I would get on our raft and we go ride down a river. It was fun. Yeah, it was kind of a fun thing to do. And Tom and Mary Lou got one and went with us one day, and we're going down. I think it was the Raritan River in New Jersey. I think it would have been the north branch of the Raritan. And at one point, it starts getting a little wider, a little more more like a river as opposed to a stream. And we're riding along this calm area, and it was hot. Tom says, "Hey, let's all go skinny dipping." And we I think Mary Lou said, "Go ahead if you want to." She says, "I'm not going." And but Tom said, he's saying, "Well, look, this is a great spot. Look, let's tie up to this rock here, and those other rocks." And it turned out those rocks were snapping turtles, big ones, snapping turtles the size of garbage can lids. And Tom said, "Hold the plans." I can still. Mary Lou said, "Why don't you jump in?" And he says, "No, I think I'll." Yeah, no, everyone had their clothes on, but it was I guess the idea of running around in a buck naked in a doggone stream full of snapping turtles didn't seem like a very good way to spend an evening. Oh my God! But they were just such wonderful people. In fact, I know when Sunshine was born. Yes, when Sonny was born, Mary Lou, we asked Tom and Mary Lou to be the godparents. That's right. That's right. When Mary Lou was so honored, oh yeah, she was just ecstasy all over her face when we told her that's what we'd like for her to be the godmother. And yeah, yeah, they were very, very good people. And I know Mary Lou's younger brother, Ralph, is I've known since high school. And I see Ralph often at these car shows. He keeps me up to date on how Mary Lou's doing. Tom has passed away, sadly, but, well, that's just all the more reason to go to heaven someday. Hopefully Tom made it. He probably told enough jokes that St. Peter said, "Go on, in you go. We can use some laughter around this place." Yeah. Watch some of the jokes, okay, Tom? Some of them. But the others, yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out. And, they were such a great couple. And Mary Lou, like I said, just we see her on the web and stuff, and she emails back and forth now and then. But Mary Lou, for you. In fact, if I can do it, I'm going to play a special song for Mary Lou as well and attach it to this video if at all possible. Okay? We'll see you later. Thank you, Mary Lou. Happy birthday. Many more to come, please. And let me know how it feels to be 35. That would be, I seem to remember that figure for me, but again, well, we just love you to death. Okay? We'll see you later. Bye now.